welcome to day 3 of our math lessons this week. We're still carrying on our work with fractions. The work you've been sending in has been brilliant, so please carry on emailing your work to us, and do look out for your work in the shout out videos that appear at the end of the week by Mr. Loza, and also look out for MHOL certificates that you will be getting in Mr. Rashid's celebration assembly. So let's minimize me and let's get on with our lesson today. Right, so today is the 8th of July 2020, it's a Wednesday, and today we're going to do some more detailed work on finding fractions of an amount. So we've looked at this in number talk in some of our lessons and some of your tasks, but today we're going to be delving into it a little bit deeper. You'll need a pencil, a ruler and a piece of paper to write on. Let's get started. So your number task, the number talk, is to order these fractions from the largest to the smallest, and you can start. Pause the video and have a go. So as we discussed yesterday, when you have fractions that have different denominators, the best thing to do is to find the lowest common multiple, which means to see which number you can change the numbers into. So they can all be the same. So the number I think will be 20. So 7 20 is 5, it's 20 is the denominator. This one, 10 has to be multiplied by 2. So this fraction will be 8 over 20. This fraction 4 has to be multiplied by 5 to be 20. So 1 times 5 is 5 over 20. 5 has to be multiplied by 4 to be 20, so this fraction would be 12 over 20, and 10 has to be multiplied by 2, so this fraction would be 18 over 20, and this fraction is fine as it is. So I need to put my there. Like that. So from here you can see that in fact the smallest fraction is this one here, 1/4, followed by 7 over 20, followed by 8 over 20, followed by 12 over 20, followed by 18 over 20. So this is a recap of the skills that you were learning yesterday. So key vocabulary, same as it has been for most of the week. Denominator, numerator, fraction, part of is a new one, and whole. So today we'll be learning to find a fraction of a certain amount. So just spend this time to think about what you have already learned about fractions this week. So how can we work out the fraction of this amount? So 4/5 of 45. So there's 2 steps that you have to take here. The first step is to first find out what 1/5 of 45 would be, and how would we do that? So let's look at this in more detail. So here we go. Have a numerator, denominator, and the whole or total amount is 45. You divide the total amount by the denominator, so 45 divided by 5, which equals 9, then that 9, the answer, is multiplied by the numerator, so it's 9 times 4. The answer to this is 36. That's the first method, because there are 2 methods you can do this. It's the first method. The second method is, you can break it up in 2 parts, okay? You should first find out what 1/5 of 45 is by dividing it by 45 divided by 5, which equals 9, okay? And then you can multiply the answer by the numerator, which is 9 times 4, that's 36. You get the same answer. So now I want you to calculate the following. What is 2/3 of 12? So remember, divide the total amount by the denominator, then multiply your answer by the numerator. So what is 2/3 of 12? So 12 divided by 3, as you all know, is 4. Okay, and then 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. So the answer to this is 8. Well done if you got it right. Let's go on to the next. Next, I'm asking you to find out what 3/4 of 48 is. What is 3/4 of 48? And here in red, remember to divide the total amount first by the denominator, step 1, and step 2, whatever the answer of 48 divided by 4 is, multiply that by 3, and you'll get 3/4 of 48. Right? So 48 divided by 4 is 12. 12 multiplied by 3 is 36, and that is your answer. Have a go at this. 3/5 of 60. Let's move my face down so you can see. 3/5 of 60. So 60 divided by 5 is 12. 12 multiplied by 3. Again, the answer is 36. Good job if you're getting these right. Well done. You'll get the hang of it after practicing. Now try this. What is 4/10 of 40? 4/10 of 40. Pause the video and have a go. So 40 divided by 10 is 4. So 4 multiplied by 4 is none other than 16 is your answer. Good job, guys. And now we've got this. This is a little bit tricky, okay? But remember that you're just following the same steps that you've looked at already. So something of 18 equals 12. So 18 divided by something equals 6. And 6 times something equals something. Okay, and then you've got the missing fractions here. So have a go at filling in the missing numbers. Okay, so here we know that 18, the easier view, we know that 18 divided by 3, okay, equals 6. Okay, and we also know that what we need to do is that the number that we divide by is actually the denominator. So the denominator must be 3 as well. It says 6 times something equals something. So we know that whatever goes here is the answer, 12. So this number is 12. What times 12 equals, what times 6 equals 12? The answer is 2. So this number here is 2. So 2/3 of 18 equals 12. So apply the same logic to this one over here. 81 divided by what equals 9? Hopefully, if you're practicing your times tables, you're very quickly telling that 9. 81 divided by 9 equals 9. So that's the denominator. That can go there. Okay, then 9 times something equals something. Well, the number that goes here is the answer of 36. 36 goes there. What times 9 equals 36? I think you'll agree it's 4. And 4 goes up there. So you see, this is an illustration of why it's so important for us to practice our timetables, because if you are comfortable with your timetable and your division facts and things like this, fractions, for example, it's a great example of where you use multiplication and division all the time. So that is why we are always going on about you practicing your timetables and going on timetable rock stars every single day. Here we go. So this is a number problem, okay, but it's asking you to find the fractions of amounts. It's asking you to use your skills to apply to a work problem. So Kelly has 40 marbles. She gave 1/8 to her friend Daniel. She then gave 1/5 to her friend Katie. How many does Daniel get? How many does Katie get? And how many marbles does Kelly have left? So firstly, we know that Daniel gets 1. So you need to pause the video first of all and have a go. And then I'll go on with the answers. Pause the video and have a go now. So how many does Daniel get? So we know that Daniel gets 1/8 of 40. So 1/8 of 40 is 40 divided by 5. So 40 divided by 8, which is 5 marbles. So if you take 5 marbles away from 40, you have 35 left, don't you? And Katie gets a fifth of 35 marbles, doesn't she? So So then you do 35 divided by 5, which equals 7 marbles. So if Daniel gets 5 marbles, Katie gets 7 marbles, okay, then how many is she left with? So 5 plus 7, I think it will be, is 12. And then 40, take away 12, gives us 28 marbles. You can check that's the right answer by doing 28 plus 7 equals 35, plus 5 equals 40. So yes, well done. Well done, you got that right without checking to see what I did next. Danny! They had 1 right, 1 wrong so far this week, and let's see what he's saying today. Danny the dog says that when finding the non-unit value of an amount, it's easier to find the unit value than multiply the answer by the original numerator. Do you agree with Danny and give reasons for your answer? Now, Danny is right, isn't he? Because he may be saying it in a complicated way, but what he's describing is when you have a fraction, what you can do is you can, the second method essentially, where you find, if you have to find 5/6 of 30, you're better off first working out what 1/6 of 30 is and multiplying it by 5. So actually, Danny, that's 2 this week. We agree with you. You are right. And now it's task time, guys. So your tasks are found in the usual place on the Grange website under the online learning tab. And year 3, when you click onto that, you'll come up with this sheet here. And the LI is at the top, excuse me. Task 1 is asking you to work out the fractions of these particular amounts. So you've got a bit of space there to show you working out, if you would like. Task 2 says 1/5 and 3/5. It says Rohan said that if you know that 50 is 10, then it's easier to calculate. Rohan said that if you know that 50 is 10, then it is easier to calculate 1/5 of 50. Do you agree with Rohan? Give reasons for your answer. So that seems to be, also, I see that there's been a bit of a formatting problem here. Sorry, guys. What this is meant to say is, Rohan said that if you know that 1/5 of 50 is 10, then it is easier to calculate 3/5 of 50. Do you agree with Rohan and give reasons for your answer? And then task 3 is that tricky task we did, similar things where you have the 2 steps of working out a fraction of an amount. Is asking you to fill in the missing, using the information, filling out the missing numbers. You can do it. I'm fully confident. And task 4 says read the answers and read and answer the following questions. Show all of your working out. So you have these questions here. So what I need you to do is read each question and under the space provided, show you working out and provide your answers. We're going to go back to our smart board over here. And if you fancy a challenge, here comes your challenge question. Challenge question is true or false? 4/5 of 30 is 20. Is that true or false? Thank you for watching the video today, and I look forward to receiving your work on the email, and I will see you tomorrow with more work on fractions. Take care. Bye.